Show. Today is the opening day of the 2011 state legislature. The 60-day session opens at 10 o'clock this morning.
And our Dan Meisenzall joins us live at the Legislature Drive-In. And Dan, still a lot of unanswered questions going on in today's opening day speeches.
Absolutely. Mehalani here live at the Legislature Drive-In, enjoying my hot chocolate. Oh, it is so good with the whipped cream. But I digress. I apologize. Lots of issues going on. A whole new legislature. Issues with the House, you got a new administration in, you got the budget problems, so many things going on. So how are we going to break it all down? Well, of course, we call on our political analyst, Neil Milner, who is now retired from the University of Hawaii. And good morning to you, Professor.
Good morning. I'm mainly here to keep you from playing with your food.
And I appreciate that, Professor. And first of all, I got to ask you, what do you think is the big issue coming into this legislative session?
Absolutely the budget. Hawaii is like every other state in the United States. The big issue is fundamentally how do we deal with the fact that we don't have nearly enough money that we need to do things that we've been doing before. All of the easy cuts were made in the past. The state faces a deficit, which of course it can't have constitutionally. So the most fundamentally important thing is how are we going to save the money we need to save, and how are we going to bring back some programs that people think are very valuable.
And of course, newly elected governor Neil Abercrombie, he has a pretty impressive agenda that he wants to accomplish too, and some of that's going to cost some money. And among those things is he wants to stop furloughs. So not only do they have to balance the budget, but they also have to pay for these new programs, these new initiatives.
Well, he may have an impressive agenda, and he's talked about it on and off, but he's being very careful, very cautious about expressing it right now. You're right about furloughs, but his position since he became the governor has been, we're going to wait and see what happens. He's not going to have anything more definitive about the budget until March. He's talking a lot about letting the legislature take the initiative. So you raise exactly the problem, which is how do we do the things that, how does he get done the things that he wants to get done when money is such a significant problem? What he says is, I know how to set priorities, I know where my values are, that's the key step. He said that during the campaign. It's a nice plan, but now he's not campaigning anymore, he's the governor now, and now he has to make that work.
And, okay, real quickly, I got two more questions for you. The first question is, just kind of rattle off some of the other bigger issues that's going to be going on there. Whatever you think, what do you think's out there that the legislature is also going to have to tackle, at least, to get the people's work done?
Well, whether it gets the people's work done or not, it's not always about the people generally. It's about certain groups. Certainly there are going to be some environmental issues. There are going to be concerns with job creation. There's going to be this issue about how you implement the referendum that created the new way of selecting the school board. Then there's going to be civil unions, which is certain to come up and is very likely to pass. And what the governor wants, and I think the people in favor of it in the legislature want, is to get that through very quickly, and then he can sign off, because those things tend to, any issue that has very passionate people on both sides, whether it's the majority of people or not, tends to occupy the media's attention, and I think they're concerned about that. Those are just a few, but those are key.
And last question, our Mahalani Richardson was asking herself, what's up with the beard?
What's up with here's some free publicity. I'm growing a beard for a play. The Actors Guild every year does a play by August Wilson, a Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright. This is a play called Gem of the Ocean. It's one in the series of plays that he wrote and he won awards for about an African-American family. It opens in February. Thanks for the opportunity for some free publicity. The beard will be off at the latest the day after the show's over.
All right. That's our political analyst, Professor Neil Milner, talking about the big issues and, of course, his facial hair. And I tried to say that with a straight face. Now, also, we got to tell you, big day, opening day of the legislature coming up in the next hour. Of course, Darryl Huff, our political reporter, is going to be here. We're going to still be here at Legislature Drive-In talking to diners about the big issues and, of course, more commentary from our, insight and analysis from our political insider, Neil Milner. Reporting live from Legislature Drive-In, I'm Dan Meisenzall for KITV4 News. Mahea and Kenny, back to you.
Yeah, Dan, no silly questions. I know you asked Duke Iona about his mustache, so good questions there at Legislature Drive-In. We'll see you in a little bit.